the SorareAndrews show, where we talk fantasy football, but you never know. We'll start with the game, but we'll soon go astray on topic discussions as we play. We'll analyze the teams, the formation and goals, but in no time we'll digress into on the roll, talking about our favorite foods and the shows we've seen. Our opinions aloud, and our voices on me. It's the SorareAndrews show. Anything goes, from fan football to rock and roll. We may start with the pitch, but it's just a small part. We'll venture off topic, let the conversation spark. It's the SorareAndrews show.
Hello and welcome into the SorareAndrews show. I am Andrew Laird. You can find me as Lairdino on Sorare, joined as always by Andy Black on Sorare, who's buying some cards.
Hey, off topic, but I just noticed where at the end where it says the SorareAndrews show, there's a big old eye right on, like a big old circle right on my eye. It's like very perfectly placed.
So I got a message from our good friend Mike Baston about that because my eye is in a different letter. And he was like, did you notice that your eye is? And I was like, did you notice that Andy's is also? And he hadn't. And like, guys, there's a purpose to everything here.
Yeah. So you did do that on purpose.
Of course. Of course.
It's like a little subliminal message. Yeah.
I don't know. Like, what do you think that message is telling everybody?
To
we're
blame
watching
other
them?
people, blame everyone else. I don't know.
Oh, I see what you.
Yeah, if you want to get into blame, the blame, we want to play the blame game. It's everyone but me. Like, I'm going to blame Laird. I'm going to blame whoever else. I think Nepenthes was on the show yesterday. He's going to catch some strays. Just anyone but me.
I mean, it's fair. That's what we all do. That's what we all
I'm not going to look inward. Not doing that.
What?
Come on.
Why would you look inward when the answers are outward?
Yeah. Come on now.
Thank you, everybody, for coming in. Rude first like way to be. Saif said, wow, I feel very targeted and personally attacked. Maybe we'll get you on the list as well in the blame.
Sounds like somebody's looking inward.
Yeah. Toby says a blame Harry. So Harry also on the channel this week. So yeah, perfect. Yeah. Perfect. Mikey Basson, what's up? He's going to blame real life football managers, which certainly on the list. Absolutely. Philly Dilly's adding content creators. Obviously.
Some content creators, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stefan, what's up? Sober Burrow, Shaforkle. Germ says, I blame Plays Harper and Spoon.
Hey, is there a better scapegoat now? Now that their Plays Harper doesn't exist anymore, you can just blame them for whatever you want.
I thought you were talking about Spoon, and I was like, we've been blaming him for years.
I mean, Spoon too. Spoon's gone. Spoon's gone. Great guy to blame. Prices are in the dumpster fire for classic cards. It's Spoon's fault.
Do you think there's any correlation between Spoon leaving Sorare and everything just tanking?
No.
Like, not a coincidence at all, right?
Yeah. Hey, John, SorareAndrews said John Nellis. That's another good scapegoat.
Ooh.
You know, he's not here to defend himself, so we can just say whatever we want.
Yeah. TikTok's sports content creator of the year.
Yeah. That's impressive.
It's very impressive.
I think we talked about this a few weeks back, but I was just like looking at his channel and looking at how many like views and everything that he had. It's insane.
It's insane. It's like actually insane. Germ said Spoon took the rug with him.
Yeah.
It's a great line. Anyway, Ryan, what's up? Surface, the poll question at the start of the show is a bit presumptuous. No, I don't tip my waiter before the meal. So Surface is liking the stream after the show, kind of, or if he does.
Have you ever ordered groceries or ordered like groceries, or I guess even like Uber Eats or something?
I have never once ordered groceries, but yes, I have ordered food from Uber Eats.
I will tell you, ordering groceries is like top notch. Like if you can do it, it is
like royalty.
Oh, it's so nice. Like don't even have to go to the grocery store anymore. Don't have to compete with Mike Baston on checking out.
The slow checkouts.
But on those, a lot of times you select your tip beforehand, and the people that do the shopping, they go in and they can choose which order to take based on what the tip looks like. Now,
Really?
you can change your tip. Like if they screw something up, you can change your tip. So like you can like put the carrot out there as like, hey, it's a $20 tip, and then you can be like $1 and screw them over.
That seems.
I would never do that. Seems horrible.
It seems horrible that you can.
Seems
Yeah.
very Karen-esque. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's a similar thing where you can kind of tip beforehand.
Okay, that's fair. Mikey Basson, Home Alone tonight. We're on the 50-inch. How about that? Is the pineapple new in the song at the end at the favorite food? No, it's not new. Like, guys, can we please pay attention? Like, why do we even do this? Safe admitting, looking inward. Anyway, John Nellis, yes. Let's see. Pico Player said he's going to blame me because nobody's picked me yet.
Yeah, that's a good one.
How do you like this take that spoons are actually terrible utensils?
Have you ever seen the movie Mystery Men? The guy that throws spoons? That's like his superpower is he throws spoons at people.
That's a superpower.
Yeah.
There's something super about this?
No. It's a comedy. Like they're making fun of superheroes. Spoon. No, I like spoons. Forks are better, but spoons are like tier 2s. I feel like I can use a fork for everything. I can use the side of the fork to cut something. I can poke things. Forks are just outstanding. Spoons are. Hey, hold off over there. Let me rank. The bottom is definitely chopsticks. Like I don't mind using chopsticks, but come on, I can't drink with chopsticks. I can't like.
What are you drinking with a fork?
Dude, you can drink with a fork.
You're not drinking, you're just splashing it.
Any rate, it goes fork, spoon, knife, chopsticks.
So I'm actually surprised that you put knife behind spoon.
Yeah. Because you can cut with a fork.
I mean, not everything.
A lot of things you can.
Where do you fall in the spork?
Sporks are great. Yeah, I'm with Germ. Yeah, like it's great utility. You know, that's like the Fernando Gorriarán of utensils.
Why do you think they're not like mainstream utensils?
There's got to be like some kind of global conspiracy, like the fork.
Big fork and big spoon are just like
big for sure. Yeah.
Okay. Huh. Yeah, I feel like if sporks were as great as like everyone who says sporks are great are, they like you would have them at home.
Yeah. I wonder if there's like a really classy like spork that you can like spork set you can get for your house. You know, I was trying to think of something to give my wife for Christmas. Maybe she's gonna get a really nice set of sporks.
I'm just literally Googling expensive spork.
They don't have to be expensive, just classy.
Not everyone is ready for that much power. Some people can only handle the one-trick pony.
I think you'd be like the weird family though, because like for my kids, like if somebody came over for dinner, you know, they'd be like, "Oh, that's that weird family that has sporks."
With the sporks, yeah, it's a spork family.
Yeah,
that's fair. I think they'd be justified though. You don't think you'd be like you'd be more popular because you'd be like, oh wait, let's go over to the Black's house because they have sporks.
Yeah, I don't know.
Anyway, Daniel said a little late, but Walmart Plus workers usually get lazy and make dumb substitutions for stuff I know is on the shelf.
The nice thing there though, Dan, is like a lot of times they'll substitute for more. So like I might order like 4 chicken breasts and then I'll get a pack of 6 instead. And I don't think that you pay the difference. Maybe you do. I don't know. I don't pay attention.
They get an extra nugget in your chicken McNuggets.
Exactly. Yeah.
Philly Dilly said, have people over for your house. Wife tells you to set the table. Just lay out a shitload of sporks.
Then you're that weird family. You're the weird.
That's it. Yeah.
Family. Yeah.
Anyway, Marcus said, does the pick score have a bias for forwards? When I look at the top pick scores, it's often mostly forwards. But for example, in this game week, the top 10 players are not all forwards. Marcus, I'm going to blow your mind with something here and tell you why you think this. And this is probably something we should change, but we won't. When you go to pick scores, it defaults to just forwards. And I think that's mostly like a, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. Whatever. Doesn't take as much.
Why do you default it to?
I think we defaulted to 1 just so the page loads faster.
Gotcha. Okay.
And so when you pull the page, you're like, man, look at all these forwards. And then you're like, oh yeah, I have to like click the other ones. And then if they're like still forwards near the top, you're just like, oh, they're still there. But as you see, like we get a few that come in, like the GOAT Ezekiel Barco. So I think that's why. I don't think they're necessarily biased towards forwards.
Is Barco just a permanent AAA?
Yeah, he's matchup proof.
What does that say about the Russian league? That a guy that was just like he was good in the MLS, but he wasn't like absolutely destroying the world. And he goes to Russia and is just completely unstoppable.
I don't know what it says.
That Russian league is about as good as their ability to fight wars.
What's weird is let's not do that. Like he was pretty good in Argentina. Like he was, I don't think River gave him away for free, but like they basically gave up on him.
Yeah.
And then
he was all right at River at the beginning. I feel like he had some good games, and then they like benched him or something.
It was weird. He was
at River. He wasn't at River Plate that long, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, he was.
Damn.
Like what is that? A 2022 card that I have of his? Yeah, and I don't know if he has an earlier year of that one. Is he not a honeycomb?
Honeycomb.
No. Oh, yeah. So this was his first year in Argentina. Yeah. Jerem said it shows you what Garber stole from us in the summer. Ferreira to Russia. Is he actually going to Russia? I didn't think he could.
Dude, if he went to Russia, that's amazing, right?
For who?
For SorareAndrews.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, I don't feel like Jesus Ferreira is like really good enough to like be dominant in any league, but maybe Russia.
Rare Knight said, first time in a while catching guys live. Welcome back. One thing, why has Sorare not hyped up the MLS final at all? No specials, no posts, nothing. Thoughts?
Yeah, there's like another conspiracy against fun. Yeah, they like never turn up for stuff like this.
No, never. I'm still waiting for one of the people we know to get like the random DM on Discord that's like, hey, we've got a 67 tickets to MLS final. Do you want one?
I'm sure that's happened already. And, maybe some people are going. Is the game in LA?
Yeah.
So I think it was 3 years ago. Didn't Zarchi and Nashi?
Yes, they went to the
LAFC game, yeah, against Philly.
Yes.
There was a bunch of guys that went
that
to
was
that
an
one.
Awesome game.
Yeah. But I think that was another one of those deals where like they had reached out to someone, probably Sean or somebody like 3 days before, and it's like, well, nobody's getting there.
Right.
Nobody's going there. But I think there were a few managers that happened to live out there, and they went.
Yes. Yes.
It was a great game.
It was a great game. I imagine that this one is going to be awful, like as a game. Like the Red Bulls just nothing ever looks good.
Yeah, I mean, Puig's out hurt,
And right.
and Red Bulls are gonna make that game as ugly as they can. Yeah, it probably won't be a beautiful game to watch, but
yeah. Yes, Mike, that was the Bale final, the LAFC one.
it was almost the Jack Elliott final.
Yes, it was.
But it's not.
So close. But alas. So no, they're not doing anything, and I didn't really expect them to do anything. Maybe we'll get a tweet.
What would be the thing to do?
Like a month ago, they should have had a competition for tickets.
Yeah. Well,
is that crazy?
Yeah, I mean, because they don't know where it's going to be.
I mean, is that better than giving people 3 days notice?
No. I'm not comparing the two, but like, I guess my curiosity is like, okay, for like Sorare card utility, would there be something like a special competition that they should do for this?
They don't
like a single competition. Yeah. I don't know.
Do they do that? I mean, they did it with Rivals a bunch, and then they decided not to do that anymore. Like El Clasico, they did a Rivals thing.
Give away all the rest of the Ricky Puigs out there. Do one special competition.
Everybody wins Ricky.
Yeah, that's all you can win is a Ricky Puig. And I don't know how many are left, maybe 20 or something, but you meant them all and you give them away in this event. Top 20 finishers, get them.
How many do you think are left?
20?
7.
Wow, really? I mean, that's smart for them to sell as many of those as they can.
Guess how many limiteds are left?
500. I don't know.
303. They have 697 in-season Ricky Pooch.
Well, yeah, I mean, I guess you could do something fun. You could do a one-off competition for that game. You can only play, obviously, Red Bull and Galaxy players, and then the prize pool could just be players from those two teams.
For limited, I believe they can do whatever they want.
Yeah.
And so, like, all of these specials they're running, these Christmas things, and they're like, hey, buy one card, get 7 free. And it sounds like a Sorare Jose Bank ad now. And I didn't know how many people will get that joke. But there's so many limited cards that they can give away that that's just what they would do.
Daniel thinks that they should do a ACL tear competition.
Ooh. Current ACL? Former ACL tears. All right. I guess that's a little more competitive.
And Blue Tomatoes thinks, Ryan thinks that Puig could score 80 from his wheelchair. Which, I mean, if he's on sets, he could probably get there.
Mm-hmm. Which leg was it?
I don't know.
Not like
I know that he touched the ball like 200 times in that game or something absolutely insane. Yeah.
Mike Basson with a Debbie Downer. Why would you want to win anyone from those teams, Andy? They're just classics.
Yeah, that's actually a good point. Like you're just winning a classic card. But I guess I would take a classic Peck.
Good call.
Maybe Forsberg. Sure.
Blue Tomato said, just give everyone on the platform who can attend a ticket. I bet they should be able to get 5 of these. I wonder how many they would need if they did that. Like realistically, the number's like 10, right?
Like people that live in the greater LA area?
Or who are willing to go there.
On this short of notice, not very many people, right. I don't think. You're talking about like 10 or less tickets probably.
Yeah. And we could, and then we could just go on social media and we're like, what fantasy game do you play that gives you just free MLS Cup tickets?
Granted, there's probably a lot of people that like play they play so rare very nonchalantly in the LA area. Like maybe they're just playing rivals and whatever.
Did you just say that because it just feels like a laid back community?
No, just because it's a huge region.
That's fair.
But I would assume there's people grinding out rivals or whatnot over there.
Southern California rivals grinders keeping us
Yeah.
alive.
Mm-hmm.
Andy, let's see you make the best 5-man lineup of injured players in your gallery.
Ooh.
I feel like it wouldn't be a very good lineup because they're injured.
Yeah. The big one that I can think of off the top of my head is Ricky.
Did you ever buy a Ricky?
I bought a limited Ricky.
Ooh. Okay.
He was too good not to have in the lineup this year.
I mean, I didn't have him.
He was like, well, then you weren't competing.
No, I wasn't. I definitely
He was
wasn't.
just scoring 100 every game week.
Yeah,
Pretty much. And he even got like the worst garbage time ones too. Like there was a couple games where he had like, 30 AA and they were winning or something and he gets some stupid assist that they didn't need at the very end of the game.
I mean, you gotta love those.
Love garbage time stuff. Only when it helps me.
These are all of his starts for Barcelona. I'll even go, man. 60 times just left on the bench, 31 sub appearances and 4 starts for Barcelona. It's been a little bit.
You think he ever gets just a little bit of ambition? I mean, this injury definitely hurts his chances of playing in a tougher league because he'll heal up and then he'll probably feel like he's got to play a season.
Mm-hmm.
Just stay, man. Just stay.
Let's see. He's 25 now. When's his birthday?
And I would think that he doesn't play next year. Maybe the very end of the season he comes back or something. But
so his birthday is August 13th, 1999. I was probably showing up for my freshman year of college. So he'll be 26 by the middle of next season, which theoretically is when he starts to play again, at best.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, maybe. So 26, 27 after that season. I don't know.
Yeah. Like realistically, where would he even go? Back to Spain?
Just back to, yeah.
Yeah.
Like I would guess his, like salary wise, he has to go to a champion team.
Yeah. And he's good enough. He's good enough, I feel like, to play over there. He needs to be in a situation though where like a team's willing to kind of hand the keys over to him. And I don't know. He's such a little guy. I wonder if he could get away with that in Spain.
Probably.
Or if he's just going to get bullied.
Yeah, I guess I'm like, would you rather? And I think I consider quality of life a little differently, but like, wouldn't you rather just like live in LA and be a star as opposed to like another guy who plays for Las Palmas? No disrespect, but I don't know.
Mike said he's 25 when his voice is going to break, maybe 33.
Hilo said most MLS games are empty. A couple teams like Atlanta and Seattle that sell well, but most don't. I don't think that's true.
I think it's the opposite.
I think it is the opposite.
You have teams like New England where, they've got nobody on that team to really like go and watch play because they are just horrible. And nobody wants to see any of those players. And they're not going to support that team. So like nobody's coming out to see New England play. But like most of these other teams are cities are supporting their teams.
So New England, I'm looking at the list here. What can I find? Okay, so New England lies about their attendance.
Yeah, I'm sure they do.
Average MLS attendance for 2024, New England is third on the list.
Yeah, don't believe that.
30,353.
Yeah, so what they're counting is all the corporate tickets that people like SoRare, SoRare buys these like corporate tickets or whatever, and nobody goes, and then they count them.
I thought they were just counting the entire season.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, like, hey, Gillette has 60,000 seats in it. We'll just say that there were 60,000 people here.
Yeah, that's absurd. So Atlanta's one at 49,351. Charlotte, number 2, 35,364. New England Revolution, 30,000, supposedly. Seattle, 30,000. Nashville, 28. Galaxy, 25. I don't think the Galaxy Stadium even holds, like, it's not like they play in a place that holds 50,000.
I don't even know. Where do they play?
LA?
Yeah.
Like the Galaxy, they play in, I don't know if it's Carson or Carson City. One of them's in Nevada and one of I've been there. Gorgeous stadium.
Huh.
But it's like made for soccer. Like it's really nice.
Yeah.
LA, Toronto, Cincinnati, Vancouver, St. Louis, Kansas City, Portland, LAFC, Orlando, New York City FC. That's definitely a lie as well. Chicago, Inter Miami, Austin. I was trying to get to 20,000, but they're all above this. Columbus.
That doesn't sound right. Like Chicago routinely had under 10,000 people at their games. Like I want. Are you looking at like a current like list? Like what is this? This seems wrong.
2024 MLS average attendance.
SI.com. You can't trust this source.
They set a record. Packed stadium. Look at this stadium. You know what probably helped? That all of the teams near football, like NFL stadiums, played Messi in them. And that they probably,
Yeah, that's true, but I don't think it's going to skew the numbers that much.
Not that much?
Yeah. Like it's one game. And I feel like Austin does a pretty good job at 20,000 average isn't bad. Rapids were horrible. I could see people just not going to those games.
Like, so the capacity is 20,500 in Austin.
Yeah.
And they average 20,738.
Yeah.
So more than capacity.
Yeah. So they're selling out all their games.
Yeah. Yeah. So eat it, Hilo.
How do we go down this rabbit hole?
Hilo started disrespecting MLS and we got all upset. I don't even care. Anyway. Blue Tomatoes, do you think there are more Americans playing in Europe's top 5 football leagues or more Europeans playing in the NBA, NFL, or MLB? That's a great question. Because I would guess that there are 0 in the NFL. Maybe there's 1.
There's always a couple. And also too, like when you say Europeans, like what about dual citizens, like dual citizenship, like like you have these players that claim to be from other countries just so they can play.
Yeah. No, I think if we saw it, we could tell you. But this is, I would guess that there are more Americans playing in Europe's top 5 leagues.
Yeah. Yeah, there's not a ton of Europeans in MLB or NFL.
Yeah.
Lots in the NBA.
Lots in the NBA.
But also too, like that league's they're like it's not like a big league.
Right.
Like each team only has 12, 15 players on it or something. So
no, it's probably now that I think of it, like I would guess even if every NBA team had like 2, that's probably more than Americans in top 5.
I don't know. We got some weird guys playing overseas, like Julian Green
but he's not a top 5 league.
Is he not? Okay.
No, he's in a 2 Bundesliga. So if you just said like the in champion and challenger, I'm taking the Americans.
Yeah.
Mostly because I've won a couple of them that I had no idea were even like human beings, let alone Americans playing abroad. So there's one for
I think most of those guys, the challenger boys, need to come back here. Is my opinion. Come back here and play.
Who is the guy from Westerlo? I thought
we have a player that plays for Westerlo.
I think so. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's somewhere in the Jupiler. St. Truden, maybe. It's gonna bother me now. I don't know, but yes, we do, and I want him, and I've already forgotten what is. I mean, I had literally never heard of him before, and it just feels like if we have somebody who's good enough to like go play there, surely they would have.
Yeah, Germ said Brian Reynolds. I remember Brian Reynolds. I think I have his big head card, or I did. At
His
some
what?
point. His big head card.
Ooh,
yeah, because he had Dallas cards. Brian McBride and Carlos Bocanegra. I see a St. Louis boy in there.
man, how did I? Oh, I bet I crafted him. That's why I can't find him. I don't know. One day I'll remember. Anyway.
Yeah.
Simo's in the house. What's up? I was just actually speaking of Simo. I don't listen to a lot of podcasts, Andy, but I checked my Spotify Wrapped today. Make It a Double-Double, my #1 podcast.
My Wrapped ended up really weird because I watch a lot of Sorare content, but I watch it on YouTube. So that's why I don't have a lot of So all of my Spotify stuff was just like things that I listened to in the car, and then YouTube is a lot of stuff that I just have kind of on in the background at work, which happens to be a lot of Sorare content.
There we go. That's good. Mickey said the Arizona Cardinals have a Danish starting center. All right.
Well then,
I have a lot of questions now.
Yeah, like what made him decide to do that? And also, is he the long snapper as well?
Ooh,
yeah.
Good question.
Great question.
Pro Football Reference has a list of all NFL players born in Denmark. Can you name any of them? I'll give you one hint. 2 of them were born. I'm sorry. 2 of them played in the 30s.
No.
Which actually leads to so many more questions. Who comes over in 1936 to play football? Anyway.
Oh, I'm sure at the time it was like they played rugby and they came over here and were just like, oh, this is like rugby. I can play this too.
I could play this. The answer to the number of them is 5. I bet you've heard of one of them.
Probably. Who is it?
Morton Anderson.
Oh yeah, kicker.
Yes.
Yeah. Now were most of those guys like from like the 20s, 30s, or like Morton Anderson's from the 80s, 90s?
So these 2, Bud Jorgensen and Wagner Jorgensen, I'm going to guess they're brothers, but you never know.
Yeah.
They played total of 39 games together, or 39 games in total in the 30s. And then, Hans Nielsen, kicker, Anderson, the kicker, and then this new guy, Froholt.
Yeah.
Who, let me see here. Do we know if he's a long snapper?
I don't think they keep statistics on that, do they?
There are no snapping statistics? Why not?
Just what is it? What would it be like? Big snaps missed. So stupid.
Hardwick said there are a few Dutch players in Major League Baseball. Which are they actually Dutch? Aren't they from like Curacao? I think Curacao is a Dutch. Could be wrong. Did this guy go to an American? Oh, he played at Arkansas. Okay, he looks like an actual like center.
He looks like an Arkansas boy, is what he looks like.
He does, right?
Yeah, like his family farms. Yeah. Fun fact: that's where my grandpa played football, Arkansas. Yeah,
that's learning like 3 things in one. Ryan said the best 2 players in the NBA are from Europe, and the 2 best players in UEFA are not from America. Okay.
Yeah. It's unfair. It's unfair to Christian Pulisic to say he's not one of the 2 best players in UEFA right now.
Oh, here it is. German got it. Zahiroslav, USA, Iran forward. It was St. Jordan.
That's a name.
Ooh, make it a double Christmas special. Let's go.
That'll be fun. Doesn't sound very sober.
Ooh, I was right. Curacao is part of it.
The Kingdom of the Netherlands.
Yeah, that's
There's
right.
There's still kingdoms out there?
Andy, what's a long
Andrews.
snapper?
It's a guy that hikes the ball really far. I don't know how else to put it.
It's literally
Yeah, he throws the ball between his legs real far.
to the guy to somebody who's going to kick it,
Yeah.
either punting it,
Well,
or
a guy that's just going to
field
hold it for the kicker.
right? But they don't hold it.
Right.
This is what they look like.
Yeah. There he is.
Fun fact. This is my grandparents' last name, Cardona.
Ah. Is that an Italian last name?
They are Puerto Rican. The name Cardona is actually Spanish consent.
Yeah.
Descent. They were not long snappers.
I forgot about your Puerto Rican heritage. So does that make you quarter Rican?
According to all of my college applications, yes.
Ah,
Yes.
well played. Well played.
That picture just brings more questions. Didn't Morten Andersen hold some records for a kicker? Probably.
Yeah, I think he had the most points scored in the NFL for a long time.
Okay.
I think that's right.
He is the Saints' all-time leader in games played, field goals, PATs, and scoring.
Look
here we go.
NFL scoring records. Yeah,
He is in the Pro Football Hall of Fame, Andy.
yeah.
He was on the 1980s and 1990s all-decade teams.
Wow.
7 Pro Bowls, 25 seasons in the NFL.
And I'll bet he still is the number one, points leader in the NFL.
So.
Yeah.
Let's see, NFL points leader.
I mean, I can't think of what other it's usually a kicker because they play forever. Is it Vinatieri? Adam Vinatieri? Yeah, shit.
Vinatieri is first.
Because he played
Morten Andersen second. Gary Anderson, unrelated to Mort, is third.
Yeah. Wow. Those kickers, man. People act like there's no kicking in the NFL.
Outrageous. Yeah, among the most notable league records he set were career points, most field goals, and games played. In addition, his 40 field goals of 50 yards or longer were the most in NFL history at his retirement.
Now, doesn't he have like one of the most famous misses of all time?
Oh,
it was either Gary Anderson or Morten Andersen. One of them has like a super, super famous miss on it was like a 27-yard field goal or something. Might even been a PAT.
When did I just typed in Gary Anderson miss in Google, and one of the people also ask is, when did Gary Anderson miss the kick? I don't even know. Apparently in the 1998 NFC Championship game.
But it was Gary, not Morten.
It was Gary. Yeah, Morten cool as a cucumber.
Let's go, Morten. Morten's the man.
Yeah. Yeah, he was good. Oh, I like this. Morten Andersen entered the National Football League as the 4th-round draft pick of the Saints in 1982. He left the game 25 seasons later as the most prolific scorer in league history. Following a strike-shortened rookie season, Anderson kicked into high gear. Get it? Get it?
Yes. Love it.
It's because he's a kicker. Anyway. He played back when all the kickers were fat. Yeah.
Who was the guy that played for Oakland? Janikowski.
Janikowski, yeah.
And he was like, he would like on the weekends before the games, he'd be like at the bars and stuff, and he'd get in bar fights, and then he would like go kick for the Raiders,
Just go kick,
and then he'd have like his court hearings during the week, and then he'd be back at it.
Yeah, I will say, because that said, like Anderson had the record for most field goals over 50. Like those are just like totally routine now.
Yeah.
Like I was watching the other night and somebody kicked a 52-yard field goal and cleared it by, like, it would have been good from 70.
Yeah.
I was like, oh yeah, 52 and it's good. And I remember growing up, like 50 was like, you were like, wow, that is far.
Dude, back in the day, they did some weird shit. They were kicking the ball with their toe. Like kicking in the NFL has come a long way.
Fun fact, the guy who had the record for the longest kick had no toes.
Really? Wow. So I guess he was not toeing it.
No. Surface said Anderson is actually a very overrated kicker in NFL history. Surely
Here we
he's
go.
talking about who's the other
Gary.
one? I can't even find
Gary.
him.
He's talking about Gary.
Here,
He has
like,
to be talking about Gary.
We will have no Morton Anderson slander on this show.
Yeah. Get out of here. And you can always count on Surface to like come up with like the hottest of hot takes. Like that's like piping hot. Like
Johnny No Toes. Hold on, I gotta find. The record has since been broken. Justin Tucker has the record at 66 yards. That is so far. Was it Tom Dempsey? No. What was his name? It was Tom Dempsey. So Tom Dempsey had the longest field goal ever and was born without toes on his right foot and wore a custom flat front kicking shoe to accommodate his foot structure.
yeah, so he had like metal toes and he kicked the ball with his metal toe, I bet.
No.
What the hell is that? Good God. Look at the other one next to it. Yeah, the next one with the you can actually see him in. Yeah, that one. Is that his foot? Oh, that's his hand.
Oh.
Man. Whew. I mean, how is he? What is going on here? What am I looking at?
You are looking at NFL history.
Okay.
But
Now-
this guy had the record. And as you can see, NFL football has changed.
Yeah. I could say a lot right now.
Yeah, there's a lot going on here.
Yeah.
We should just take that off. He looks like a very big unit. You know what's funny is that everyone else in the NFL has gotten so much bigger, and yet kickers have gotten way smaller.
Yeah. Kickers have shrunk and everyone else has gotten bigger. That's a good observation.
Yeah. There's so much in the live chat that I just can't put on the screen.
You can say it. Mike's comment is actually makes a lot of sense, I think.
No, it does. It does. It's just going to stay there.
And Surface is just sitting in chat, just slandering Morton Anderson nonstop about his low field goal percentage and how he wasn't even that good, whatever. Dude, he made the all-decade team twice, right? Isn't that what we said? All-decade team?
I will say that the NFL, the Pro Football Hall of Fame, is like super hard to get into. And he's in it. That's all. Oh, Jared Lorenzen, yeah. Speaking of units.
Yeah, he was and he played for your team too, didn't he? Or he played for the Giants?
Giants.
Yeah.
He went to Kentucky, I believe.
Yeah, that's right.
I think I got that right. Yeah. What is Vince Young up to nowadays? I don't know. But that's Vince Young. Like, that's the greatest football game I've ever seen.
Yeah.
That USC Texas final.
Yeah. The Reggie Bush and Matt Leinart and Vince Young.
Yep.
Great game. Did Is that where both Vontae Davis and Vernon Davis, did they play at Texas with Vince
I don't think
Young?
Vernon did. Did he?
No. I feel like he might have. That was such a both those teams were like legendary teams.
Not Vernon. Vernon went to Maryland, but there was somebody.
Like a big tight end or something.
Yeah.
That he was throwing the ball to.
Yeah. The Pillsbury throw boy, Jared Lorenzen.
I don't know if I remember that nickname, but that's excellent.
Surface literally just referenced weighted career average in value for a kicker. Oh, man. Is this the furthest off topic we've ever been while still talking about sports?
Probably.
Maybe. I
We're-
mean,
we're talking
it's
about
football.
NFL kickers.
Yeah. But like, if we're going to talk about something in the NFL, at least we're talking about kicking, which
Yeah.
is like, you know.
If you went out to a football field right now, how far of a field goal could you kick? You get 3 tries.
I don't think very far, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like maybe 30, maybe.
I feel like I feel like you could like I've never even seen you kick, but you could kick further than that. It helps a lot not having a line in front of you jumping trying to block it. Like you're going to have plenty of time. You're going to get to be patient. You're going to get to line up your shot. I think you're making one from 40, Laird.
Off a tee or someone's holding it?
You can put it off a tee, sure. Yeah.
Okay.
I think you're making it.
Wow. Appreciate that. I would guess that the number of times I have tried to kick a field goal in my life is less than 10.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not like a normal thing that you're going to go out and do.
Just going to go out and do.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go work
honey,
out.
Hey, honey, I'm heading out. I'm going to go kick some field goals.
Honey, hand me that kicking tee. I got to work out today.
I don't even think I own a football.
I don't think I own a full-sized.
Maybe in the garage. I have to look.
Speaking of speaking of footballs, but one of those weird things that humans do that really makes no sense. I have a football it was an official NFL football from the last year that, what was his name? Paul Tagliabue, former NFL commissioner. So that all the commissioners write their name, like sign or their signatures on the ball. And I believe I have a football from the last year that he was the commissioner, and it's like all deflated. My wife is like, "What are we doing with this?" I'm like, "You can't throw that out. It's a Paul Tagliabue football."
You think it's worth less since the commissioner signed it?
Well, it's not, he didn't actually sign it. It's just like in the ball. Like it's part of the design of the ball. They do in the NBA too.
But was it game used?
No.
Then why do we want to keep this ball?
I have no idea, but I just felt compelled to keep it.
You need to put some air in it and give it to little Laird.
Maybe. Daniel said kicking a field goal looks easy, but it's really not. It's an underappreciated talent. And Mike said we need to video ourselves attempting. I might do that. Alex said, this sounds like that poll where 20% of men with no tennis experience thought they could win a point against Serena Williams. I have decades of tennis experience, and I don't think I could win a point against Serena Williams.
Yeah.
But I'll beat her on Sorare.
Maybe a pickleball point.
Even then. Ryan Dino, is kicking not one of those things that is massively more difficult than people think? I think it is.
I think it's one of those things that people think is more difficult than it is, but it's not.
Ooh, a little,
yeah.
I don't know what that was. Sleight of hand or something.
Reverse
Mickey,
psychology.
Mickey, I also own a Tagliabue football.
Wow. You guys are twinning.
There he is. Oh, wait, here he is. Pointing to his signature. This is perfect. There it is.
Yeah, you know what? The ball might actually be worth more since it's not signed by Roger Goodell. Right?
Right. What about bringing tennis to Sorare? If it was the early 90s, I'd be all in. I just can't follow tennis anymore. I went to the US Open final. Like, I played tennis throughout high school. I may have been able to play in college. I didn't. I used to be so into tennis. I went to the US Open final this year and literally had never heard of the number one player in the world.
Yeah, who is it?
It's some Sinner is his last name.
I was like,
He got caught doping twice, and somehow they were like, "Yeah, it's fine."
if you had to, like, if I had to answer that right now, I would have just been like, oh, it's Roger Federer and Novak.
Yeah, Djokovic.
Djokovic. Yeah.
Maybe Nadal.
Yeah, Nadal too. Yeah. One of those three.
Andy, can you pronounce this sport that Alex is referencing here?
Yeah, it's just paddle.
It's not.
Yeah, it's paddle. It's a paddle sport.
Padel. Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry. Sinner is Italian.
Okay.
He doesn't speak Italian, apparently. My fault. My fault. Is he not? Is his family from Germany?
Do you go
Yannick Sinner. Yannick Sinner, the Italian tennis player.
Yeah, okay, sure. Do you go to the US Open every year?
No, I like. So, fun fact about me. My high school home tennis matches were at the US Open.
Wow.
Not the big stadium, but all the grounds. That's where.
And you played high school tennis?
Yes.
Were you good?
I was pretty good.
Yeah. And you don't think you could win a point off Serena?
I don't.
Just 1 point.
No.
She might mess up. Hey, she might double fault. Point Laird. I think if you played long enough, you're winning points. Plural.
I don't think the points last more than 1 point. Like, I think she even serves faster than like I'd be able to hit now. Maybe. No, never mind. I was going to say like maybe at my peak, but no, I don't think I could.
Yeah.
I think it's just one of those things that fucking Mike, who is older than me. You have to remember Laird only ever used wooden rackets. I used to use a Pete Sampras racket, which I believe was graphite.
Yeah. I'm with Ryan that my tennis interest peaked with Anna Kournikova. She's married to someone famous now, right?
I saw her. Oh, no, I didn't see her play. I saw the other one. That's such a horrible thing to say. Maria Sharapova. Maria Sharapova. That's the one.
Oh, yes. Maria Sharapova, the other one.
The other Russian tennis star. Tennis clearly doesn't care about doping since they were fine with Nadal after his doctor was caught in the biggest EPO scandal ever. Yeah, I mean, I was a big Nadal guy anyway. That's probably why his body broke down, though. Anyway.
I didn't follow any of those scandals. I didn't know that there was tennis drama.
Oh, it's a big drama sport.
Yeah. I mean, I knew about like the Serena yelling at the referees and, you know, there's lots of that. People basically getting upset, but I didn't know there was a lot of doping going on.
Yeah. Sorry, it's padel, not what I say. Padel as opposed to
paddle.
No. It's not.
You can't convince me otherwise.
No, it's not. Surface wants to bring this back to Sorare. Who are we blaming for this lazy Cap 260 contest this game week? There's literally zero things interesting about it. Can we win rewards?
That's a great comment from Surface that like actually spurs lots of thought on this. Cap mode. What is the point of cap mode now? Like before it was to prevent everyone from stealing SoRare's money, right?
Yeah.
That's why we had cap mode.
I guess.
And to maybe like create a balanced playing field, maybe?
Sure. I think that's the idea now. Yes.
Yeah. I feel like you could do a cap 300 and you're still balancing the game. It prevents people from putting 5 players with 60 or higher. Like, why 260? What is that? And also, Laird, why have caps at all in rivals? What's the point? Let people play the cards that they want to play.
I think part of the reason for the cap and rivals is that so there's not all this lineup duplication.
Then they should have like a generic 300-point cap or something. But who cares if there's duplication? Who cares?
Because people want to
playing against one other person.
You don't want to draw. I think what always got me is it felt like the Atlas rivals cap was always so low, and I'm like, these guys suck, and I still can't fit them in.
Yeah, and now you got to play like a forward from the other team.
Yeah,
that you don't want to play any of their players, but you have to.
Yeah. I feel like somebody like Surface should look at this and just be like, hey, there's another opportunity to win 2 stars. Why just let's go for it.
No, I agree, and I'll play it. And I think, but it's still, I agree with Surface. Like, why 260?
Oh, because 250 is too low, and 270 is too high. Everyone knows that.
Okay, well, it's settled, I guess.
I was watching Quinny's stream earlier. He did his member lineup building stream. Andy, where is this anti-stack single entry $50,000 prize pool lineup in your priority list?
Well, it'll be top priority for like weird guys that I can't use at other places, like POV and other Mexican guys.
Wait, whoa. What do you mean you can't play them elsewhere?
Like, I don't know. Like, me personally, I can't play them elsewhere. Like, I don't have like a good contender lineup for this weekend. So,
Andy, there's cap 260.
Oh, yeah. Well, POV won't fit in there very well. And Mickey's saying that like I'm totally dissing on cap mode. I don't mind cap mode. In fact, I like the strategy behind cap mode, and it's probably very good for my gallery because I have a lot of the low cap hit types of guys. I feel like it's really weird to have now. Like, it doesn't like really fit in with the game. But I don't know.
So I will respectfully disagree with you. But I think the problem is respectfully. Yeah, I'll tell you if I'm disrespectfully disagreeing with you, but this one's respectful. I think it's better as a permanent comp. Like the random 260, 220, just like changing the number whenever we want. It just feels like there's not, like they really don't care about. They're just like, oh, right. And
you know what? I'm on board with that. Make it like your global comp that you have every week, and it's capped 270 or 265, like Ryan said. Just pick a number, put one in there, and that's your global comp every game week. I like it.
I would much prefer just the insanity of a random number.
Ooh, just a total RNG. Somewhere between 200
Somewhere
and 300.
between, yeah. But like, if we can just like, are you playing cap 296? Yeah.
So it's not even a round number.
No. In fact, throw out the round numbers.
Oh, wow, Laird. Wow.
Just like the number of just easy wins that we give these guys. It's just crazy.
Yeah. There'll be no more cap 270, but they'll be cap 269.
Yeah, exactly. Or actually, I think the one that would make everyone feel better is, and as much as you want to make a 69 joke, 271, because everyone's like, oh man, I'm one over. Just give us the one.
Yeah.
Server said cap modes are better as weeklies. Permanent cap mode is weird because you can't plan for the L15 scores. I would prefer a different mode be made permanent.
Plan for it. No, you sit down and you fire those lineups out there.
Yeah.
2 hours before the deadline.
Right. Planning.
You're like, who fits?
Lineup builder, suggest a lineup, export. Simple as that. Charlie said a global 260 goes against everything they've been trying to move toward this season, though. I did like this question earlier. Where was that? I think it was Mike Baston. Where did it go? Here we go. What do you prefer, cat mode or specialist?
Cat mode's better than specialist. Specialist is stupid.
I actually agree with you. I mean, I think they kind of just the specialist one. Specialist is stupid. I'm sorry. Versus cat mode.
Yeah.
Just let me decide how to break up my cards. Don't force me to like have to have one really shit player.
Yeah, well, it's not even that shit anymore. It's one player under 50. Like
one guy from Atlas.
That's half my gallery. I mean, that's not a problem. Like, this is supposed to be hard to make a lineup? Come on.
You're like, do I have to have a player over 60?
Like, my struggle is like finding a guy over 60.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about a specialist with a cat mode?
Oh my God. You guys are breaking my brain.
It's like a hot dog on top of a hamburger. Just what are we doing?
Hot dog on top of a hamburger. What?
Exactly.
I once had a hamburger that had a brat on it. Like a brat that was sliced thinly.
Yeah,
and
you make it sound like the hot dog idea was the craziest thing you've ever heard of.
Well, a hot dog's weird.
But a brat is...
Yeah.
I mean, I'd eat it, but still.
We're doing a potluck at work here in a few weeks, and I was like super lazy on the sign up. I just like slapped on there that I was going to bring in cookies. But then last night I was thinking, you know what I should bring in? The ultimate potluck dish, the little weenies and barbecue sauce.
Ooh. That's very different than a cookie.
Yeah, it is. So I might have to change my my sign up. Bring a crock pot of little weenies in. Get some like good spicy barbecue sauce.
Alex said, did you see the news about the guy who had a Mars bar with no ripples? He got 2 pounds of compensation.
The fuck? What?
Are they even just, so it's just like a completely smooth, this is a Mars bar for...
I've got a confession to make, Larry. I've never had a Mars bar, ever.
Me neither.
Never once. They're just not a big thing here, I don't think.
Oh, there it is. He just got a piece of chocolate. That is silly.
So they gave him $2.
2 pounds, like $4.
And that made the news, huh? In this like wild world that we live in with all this crazy nonsense going on.
Kids.
The Mars bar guy made it.
How about this? Just bring sporks.
Then I'll be the sport guy.
Surfer said, my number one motivation for biking into work is not having to contribute to office potlucks. I have not worked in an office in a long time, but when I probably had like, probably wasn't 10 years. Maybe I had 10 years of office experience. Never once did a potluck.
Never once, huh? But biking to work is like that's like the laziest excuse. Like, I'm sure there's a grocery store or something, and you could go pick up utensils or napkins or paper plates or something. I'll bet everyone at work just like hates you. They're like, oh, if he can't drive his car into work one day during potluck.
I'm laughing at this because I'm like, there's so many motivations to ride your bike to work. And the number one reason is to not have to do anything for the potluck.
Yeah, it's like good health, get your exercise in for the day. Yeah. It's like
reduce your carbon footprint.
Good for the world.
Yeah, man.
Doesn't want to contribute to the potluck.
Anyway.
Oh, we got lineups for the 2:00 game. Somebody said the Spurs lineup doesn't look so hot.
Wemby? No.
Let's see here.
Alex said, I went to the office today and had a terrible Christmas dinner with my coworkers and 17 pounds worse off. I like this question too. Andy, how often do you guys do your office potlucks?
We just do like a holiday one for like Christmas
Oh,
Christmas time.
so
Yeah.
you do a Christmas one.
Well, it's like Christmas, New Year's, whatever. Like, yeah,
No, like July 4th potluck.
yeah.
Roll the grill in.
But that would be fun because it's like summertime. Office is slow. We should do a barbecue. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
I'll see if I can get the ball rolling on that this summer.
Yeah. Just slap the Blackstone on the back of your car. Bring it in.
Yeah.
I'm not picturing Surface riding his bike, like dragging a Blackstone behind him.
He's got like one of those, like, you know how you can like take your kids in the little
Yeah.
like thing behind
Well,
you. He's gonna be dragging a barbecue pit.
The
Oh, Mike doesn't know what a. Okay, Europeans have to call.
I
This
was gonna say
else.
there. Yeah. What is a potluck called in the UK?
Wait, no! Don't read it. Don't read it. Make me guess. It's gonna be like.
I won't read it.
Do you know what it is?
I almost don't believe that these are the names.
I know it's gonna be something so ridiculous.
It's not. That's the problem.
Okay,
It's like,
well,
it's amazingly descriptive.
It's gonna be food share.
Ooh, that's a good one, but no. It's called a bring a dish
Bring a dish.
or
Yeah.
shared meals, which sounds just terrible.
Yeah.
Mickey also had to look up a potluck. I mean, potluck is really not descriptive at all, so I don't know why they. Do you
Potluck
think?
is a weird name for it. Like,
Do you think
I
the
was
origin?
making
I'm
fun
going to
of.
look it up in a second. Do you think the origin is that people would bring pots of food, and then you would just have to, like, somebody would get one, and the luck had to be on your side that you got a good one?
I was thinking like it's one pot and people were just throwing shit.
Oh,
into
just
it.
throwing in like a. Hold on, there's a thing now for candy with that. What is that called? Candy salad. It's like a thing kids do now. Smorgasbord, I think, is different. Joey said we just go out to eat.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I can find. I don't want a definition. Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
The word potluck appears in the 16th century English work. I mean, what? You guys came up with this, and now
We stole it.
yeah, that happens.
Let me guess. They were witches and they were they were all throwing food into a pot.
Could be. Yeah. Oh well, that wasn't exciting.
So Laird, we never actually discussed the topic at hand. Who we blaming? Why did you choose this topic?
Because I'd have to look it up who the Twitter person was, or the person was on Twitter. There we go. They were blaming Soradata pick scores for Gvardiol's bad. I'm sorry. They were blaming Soradata pick scores for making them put Gvardiol in their lineup yesterday, and then he only scored like 40 something at best. And I took offense to it because he had two big chances missed, and I was like, he was a AAA in a matchup that resulted in him getting two big chances. That means it's working. And they were like, no, but no, he only got 40. And I was like, oh, you're just blaming. And they were like half joking, I believe is what they said.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, we can just talk about that.
So they're blaming SorareData instead of blaming who was it?
Gvardiol.
Yeah.
Or themselves for putting him in the lineup.
Well, we never blame ourselves.
Well, it's because it's not our fault.
Yeah, blame the player.
Yeah.
He screwed you.
Yeah, agreed. I think I'm glad you brought that up. Or said
Like,
it
honestly, instead of tweeting at Laird, you should be tweeting at him.
Please
Why
don't
did
do
you miss those two big chances? What were you doing?
I do think it's funny when, and Sean is probably the guiltiest person of this at all, of responses to players doing something negatively. He thinks that they did it to like personally attack him. And he's like, man, that guy, and he uses a lot of colorful language that I'm not going to say.
I think
here,
the
like,
term he
did this
uses
to
is
me.
ass. I won't say the rest, but
Yeah, you can't say the rest.
I can, but I'm not.
No, I guess, yeah.
I guess I could get suspended for a week.
Charlie said he was just surprised that Gvardiol was a AAA. I mean, he was like this far away from 100 with his 2 decisives. Oh, Mike said he blames the export button. I haven't heard that one yet.
I don't think I can blame the export button for anything except for saving me time.
Somebody blamed it the other day because was it last weekend where like Sorare went down momentarily? Like the Sorare website was down for like, I don't know how long it was, 10 minutes at best. And everybody reacted like it was 50 hours, but it was Friday. And when Sorare's website is down, you can't export lineups to Sorare because the website's down.
Right.
And everybody, a couple random people were like, hey, your export button doesn't work. And it was like, well, it exported. It's the site that needs to import it is down, but nobody wants to hear that.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I know the obvious point of discussion is like we talk about like predictions and you guys have like your percentages to start and sit and all that, and then we have like Sorare Inside and what's the other one, Predictor Fly or whatever.
Yep.
We have all these different sites and we have all these different experts who most of them are experts of their teams, but like I follow some teams really closely. That shit's hard.
Oh yeah.
And like watching the work Deke would put in and like then having like side conversations with him and be like, yeah, it's been a rough morning. 2 people reached out to me and they were upset with me because I missed something. It's just like, you know what? Fuck those guys. Honestly, like, come on. Deke puts in like so much of his own time. Like he's a busy guy, has a lot going on and like does so much for the community, makes all these lineup predictions. And then people have the nerve to like reach out to him personally and be like, hey, you missed this one, huh? Come on.
So he may have missed something, but I heard an example once where like he didn't, like something was like completely out of nowhere. The guy was out. And I think Deke even had it at like, let's call it 60%. Like he was even like, oh, I think there might be something here. And the guy was out and like people got on him for that. And I was just like, I don't know. This sounds awful. I don't know why he takes the time, because it's like no one else does as many, like there's no league that's bigger than MLS. So like he's doing more than
because he's a badass. Because he's a badass. That's why.
Yeah, it could be it. It could be it. But yeah, I just like, yeah.
And then I mean, like you guys are dealing with a little bit of the same. It's less personal because it's their community predictions and stuff, but there's still, weird shit on there that, Ricky Puig not being 100% to start, or, there's other stuff that just people miss, and it's like it is a big game. You still have to do a lot of your own research.
The feedback that like not doesn't directly come from Deke, but like the people going to Deke to be like, hey, you missed this, and it's not in like a, hey, you missed this one, here's a source that maybe you don't have. It's like they're like, hey, my lineup died because you fucked up. Right. Part of the reason we don't show like individual projectors on the site is that reason. Right. Because like we don't want to make it easier for people to be like, you fucked up. It's like, but I think I tweeted this a while ago. It was like a poll basically. I was like, does checking a lineup projection count as doing your own research? And the number of people who said yes, and I was just like, that's not your research. Someone else, you're like researching somebody's research. Yeah. I feel like doing your own research is going to a team's Instagram and looking at training photos, or just listening to a coach's weekly podcast or interview that he gives or whatever. Looking at someone else's predictions is like bare minimum. Like it's literally the minimum. Yeah. 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 But I'll just blame Deke. I blame Deke for like non-MLS stuff too. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. His K-League. Rip Deke a new one. Yeah.
Next DNP I get, I'm just gonna fucking light him up.
Yeah, regardless of the league.
Deke better be ready.
Maybe
be a
you know what
rough
we should
week.
do is start blaming him for like former MLS guys, and when they're
Oh,
wrong,
yeah.
like not even.
Julian Carranza's out again. What the
Yeah, fucking Deke. It's like copying homework.
Yeah.
Is reading a newspaper doing your own research? I think so, actually.
Ryan said you have to actually go to the practice.
I like this. Using Instagram is using the photographer's research. Ooh, I like that.
That's good.
I do like. You really know like how into Sorare some people are when they send like screenshots of it's usually individual players like Instagrams, and they're just like, you just get a picture and like, is he wearing a boot in this picture? And you're just like, what? Is his foot wrapped? Like,
yeah, or they're wearing like a penny and nobody else is, or a bib and nobody else is wearing one, and you're like, is that like the no contact one? You know,
the best one, and I will say that there are some people in the Sorare Scandinavia Discord who do this for Midtjylland and Copenhagen, and they're like, "Oh, so and so is wearing the bib this week," and you're like, "Oh, is that the starter team?" And they're like, "I don't know, but he's wearing one." Like, well, who else is wearing? And then they name 3 others, and you're just like, "Oh, I'm not."
You're like, those guys are all hurt. Crap.
Oh, I like this. Hilo said, "Stalking Instagram is key for catching the baby DNPs." That's a good one.
Who was the baby?
Following the WAG's Instagram to know when the baby delivery is coming.
Oh, it was Davy Roof. Davy Roof got me with a baby just a couple weeks back. I mean,
how could you do that to us?
Dude,
my water.
Dude, talk about blaming people. I think I had 2, maybe 3 podiums with Davy Roof getting the clean sheet that Schmidt would have gotten.
Schmidt got, yeah.
Just because you got to assume he would have got the clean sheet too, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. You know what? Davy Roof.
Baby Roof?
Ooh. Or maybe it's his wife. Do I blame the wife or the kid? Maybe it's not Davy's fault.
That's a good point. Blue Tomato said, an article is written by a reporter. What's the difference to checking a lineup prediction? Or are you checking all the sources from the reporter too?
It's about primary sources. That's what it's about. You know, primary sources.
But never mind. Calafiori's girlfriend leaked the Arsenal move. I bet that happens a lot more than people think.
I mean, how far down the rabbit hole do people want to go? You got to follow all the girlfriends, all of them. Wouldn't be the worst follows, probably.
I'm sure surely there are people who do it.
Yeah, and they probably post lots of good content out there for people to check out.
Sure. Quality content, I'm sure.
Blue Tomato says the Sorare data is not a good source. It's not a primary source.
It is not.
It's like second or third hand. But I think it is a good source. It's just
sometimes
not first hand. Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, she was last to know.
Literally the last to know.
You know, that is one good thing about him is like he's not leaving this league. He's never going back home.
Well, not going back home and staying in MLS is different.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Like all of a sudden the dude's signing for Puebla and you're just like, oh, he's actually moving further away.
That's fine. We just don't want him to go to like, I don't know, Spain or something. I don't think he's going to try to get closer to home.
Peter said, I haven't been on Twitter, but whatever it is, I blame the Armani Opta guy. What did Armani do? Or the Armani Opta guy?
I think he gave a PK save, if I remember correctly.
It was a long time ago.
We don't forget.
Ryan Walter said you had to follow the wife and girlfriend for Reynoso. Deke's fault.
Very true.
Mickey said, I used to be more frustrated with DNPs back when I had €1,000 Alec Khan in my lineup.
What a world. What a world.
Germ said, FC Dallas posted a team photo last year from a hospital visit. The entire team was there except Marco Farfan. They had a cardboard cutout of him. He was, in fact, sick that game and was caught by the expert. I believe Germ is that expert. But that's really funny. They had a cardboard cutout of him.
I wonder if the cardboard cutout, he was giving a thumbs up in it.
Ooh, good question. Good question. Surface said, I hate to give them credit, which is a weird thing to say, I feel like. But Sorare's percentage used indicator has become pretty darn good. Just can't use right until before lock. What is that?
When in the lineup builder for Sorare, they have lineup projections, like percent to start.
But that's different than percentage used indicator.
I don't think that's what that is.
Yeah, that's just their lineup projection, right?
Yeah, I think it's literally their. And where do they pull that from? Opta, right? Is it you guys? They pull it from you guys? Yeah. Okay. Let me look at the thing or the lineup builder just to see if there is something that I have not noticed, because I don't exactly use their lineup builder.
It should be the entire lineup builder. It's got to be. Oh, it is within 24 hours. Props to Surf for using that.
So, like, I'm looking at Dubravka. He's 10% starting. Reliability is high. Powered by Sorare data.
Should he start?
I don't think so.
Oh, so it's right. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, it literally says powered by Sorare data, but
yeah, Surface. I don't think it's people using the cards. I think it's literally they're just copy pasting the Sorare data projection.
There is.
Do we like the word projection or prediction?
It's funny. I believe we use projection, and there was a reason why, and I don't remember what the reason is. But the number of people using those cards would be much more prevalent on like the unique level, probably in super rare, but like that's not information that should be known to everybody else before the deadline. Like knowing where everybody's playing their cards.
Do you guys have that data?
We don't have the data of like submitted lineups. Like we would know everyone who used the builder, or who used the export button, but it's not like nearly enough people to. And I'm not even sure we save that information. Yeah. Server said he looks at it 20 minutes before the deadline. Yeah, I think that's when it's the most accurate.
Surface, I'm gonna save you lots of time. Instead of going to Sorare to look at that, just go to Sorare data and go to the My Teams page, and you can scroll through all your teams super fast. It'll be done in 5 minutes.
And it's highlighted if they're less than 100%.
Yeah.
This is exactly how I look at it, Toby. They're useful to spot the outliers and any changes.
Yeah. Yep, and that's mostly how I use it, and it gives me like things to double check. Yeah. And I follow most of my players like decently enough to where like if they subbed off hurt last game or something weird happens, I'll kind of know. But then there's also like, randomly a guy took in a yellow and he's got the yellow card suspension. Those are like always the ones that creep up on you, and you don't see them, the yellow card suspensions. And I feel like all the predictors are pretty good at spotting those. Like realistically for me, as long as I can prevent all the DNPs that are like definitely preventable, good. Like this week, I think Gabriel Magalhaes, or however you pronounce it on Arsenal, I just call him Maga. He was out because of a knock. He got punched in the head so like I knew about it enough. Like he already had a knock, and then Fabianski punched him in the head, and it was just like he kept playing. He subbed off at halftime. He's gonna be all right for the game. So I lined him up in some big spots, and like that DNP didn't really make me upset or anything. It was like
Mhm.
I kind of knew about it.
Yeah, you knew the risk.
Yeah. So, but it's like the ones where like I actually screwed up and I played a guy that is suspended. Like
Sure.
those are the
Yeah, yeah.
ones that make me mad.
Server said, I still have to log into Sorare to make any changes because I'm not going to export 60 plus lineups at 650 to make 2 or 3 last minute changes. What's funny is that I would almost guess that it's faster to export 60 lineups than to do all of those changes manually.
I agree. I do all my changes on Sorare data and then slap that export button again.
Yep. I now I think I had like 2 lineups last midweek.
Yep.
And I exported.
Yep. And if you use that little filter for show picked players, you can go in and out of your lineups really
quickly.
easily and just like fix all of the mistakes. And it doesn't like destroy your lineups too, which is nice. You can just go in and edit the ones where you stole picked players from.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice.
The reason I struggle with it on Sorare like directly is if I pick a player in another lineup, I find it very difficult to find the lineup that I took them from that's now incomplete.
The UI is pretty crazy, and like just finding a lineup can be nightmarish. And then not knowing also like was that I've got 2 Division 2 teams. Which one is it? And then you're like clicking through the teams, and like they don't show a lineup preview or anything, which I don't get why they don't do that. Just show me the lineup.
Well, they do
preview.
on like the main one where you have to scroll through it. Well, you don't have to even. You can use like the.
What do you mean the main one? Like when you don't go to discover new competitions?
Yeah. So like if you're on here, like if you click up here, you can just go. Like it'll take you.
Oh, I didn't even know this existed.
But like even that makes it not as like even this takes longer.
I didn't know you could click on that.
Oh yeah.
All right. Well,
Yeah, it's all here. But like I'm pretty sure that if like if you have I don't know if it counts your incomplete lineup as one of these, like let's say this 16 for Challenger. But even if it doesn't, like you still have to like click into it to find out if it's one of these. And if you like happen to take it from Cap 260 and you're like, oh, it's down here. Like it's not, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't want to say like it's an edge case because I do it every single game week on Sorare data, but like that's what I have previously found difficult on Sorare, and I haven't had a reason to try it on Sorare directly.
Yeah, and to be fair, Surface on mobile that changes things too. So if he said that he's doing it in bed because it's super early in the morning for him on mobile, there's not really a great way on mobile on Sorare data to look at all of your lineups. I don't think.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
I mean, you can see them, but it's like it's just as good as doing it on Sorare.
Right. You almost have to click into each one of them. That'd be a nice little.
Do we call it my lineups or my teams? You think I worked here or something? Oh, it is my teams now.
Yeah.
Like this view and this page, like I'm just stuck on it all day Friday before the deadline, trying to like fill stuff in or tinker. Like it's
Yeah, that's my favorite page now.
Do you group it in like either of these?
No group by.
I don't either, as you can see. No, it's not even working.
I don't even use the drafts really, to be honest.
I usually don't do another draft. Yeah.
I go with my gut, man.
The only time is that I'll sporadically do like the lineup suggestions, and then I'll create a new one for that. Like this. And just see what they think. Same lineup. Let's go. I'm so good at this game. Toby, I'm going to play Teji this weekend. So, yeah. Wow, Andy, we've gone a long time.
We have.
Sorry about that.
This is like a world record for us. I'm at home. I'm fine.
Oh, all right. I forgot what you said, but it didn't sound like anti-stacks was your top lineup this week.
No, I think it will be. I mean,
Oh.
like it won't be absolute dead set priority 1, but it's like priority 1A. I'll have my best Liga MX guys mixed with good players from, like, here's the prime type of guy to go in there. Shaqiri will go in there. I think he's away and he might not have like the best matchup in the world, but he's been good enough. And I don't really have another good place to play him. So Shaqiri goes straight into anti-stacks.
Because you're not much of a contender boy.
Yeah.
No.
The other reason is like there's zero chance I have another Basel player that like he would go with. So like he makes a lot of sense for that.
That's fair. I asked Quinny to make my lineup for anti-stacks after I said that it was like my top priority of the week. And then he put two in-season cards. And I was like, nah, dude, I'm not playing in-season cards. And he's like, but they're better cards. If it's your best lineup, you play your 5. And he's said that for years. And I'm like, he's totally right. But also get those in-season cards out because I'm not playing a classic comp with those.
Yeah. Yeah, he's not wrong, but I still want to play my in-season competitions. And that's like when you asked, is it your top priority? Yeah, but I'm not going to waste in-season cards there. Because honestly, like if I can play an in-season competition and play the classic competition, that just seems like better value. Maybe it's not, but it's
more shots and more cash.
Right.
The trouble that I was having is I wasn't sure if I wanted to put my 5 best classic cards in the anti-stacks because I usually play like my best classic card in each of my in-season lineups. Like Barco was the example today or this game week, I had an in-season contender lineup and it's like utility spot or extra spot. I had my 4 in-season. I'm like, couldn't find Barco. And I'm like, where the hell, like, what did I do? And I'm like, oh, anti-stacks. That's where he is.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if I wanted to take him out or not.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the other thought there is like literally you don't mess with those guys, but play your best matchups and anti-stacks. So maybe they're not your best players, but your best matchups could go there as another.
I like that.
Another idea.
So,
and again, if you stack a lot, you're going to have lots of players that
just
have
random.
similar.
Yep.
Yeah. Like Wolves or West Ham at home against Wolves seems like a good matchup, but maybe it's not.
That game's either 0-0 or 5-4.
I don't know about that, but
1-1.
I don't know. I'm going to treat it like it's a good matchup, but there's a very good chance that the Wolves just win and West Ham just give up on their coach. And yeah.
Who's rumored to be the next one?
Lots of stuff about Graham Potter today.
Oh yeah, that's right. I did hear that.
I don't know who else. I haven't been following it insanely close, but
yeah. Is he working now? Does he have a job? No,
I don't think so.
He does not. Oh well. But yeah, so I'm still trying to figure out. So I bought an in-season card today so that I could run the exact same lineup in rare and limited in-season challenger.
Yeah.
Because I just do silly shit like that. And then I was like, man, should I also buy this guy's classic card to play in anti-stacks?
Should. Yes.
I really hate buying non-collection classic cards now.
To be fair, they're like $2, so who cares?
This one is not.
No?
This one is not $2.
Who is it?
I'm not going to tell you.
Okay.
No, it's Jarny Stukers from Genk. I had his limited. I bought his in-season today. Thanks to Mark.
Yeah, I guess I could have just looked at your gallery, huh?
You could have, yeah. Yeah. So then I was considering buying his classic card. Because I don't love my anti-stack forward. That's my problem. But we'll see. This isn't a line and building show.
Yeah. Iwobi just scored.
Oh,
It's fun.
is today the day the Fulham stacks work?
Can we get a Jedi assist on that? Come on now.
Yeah, really.
Can we get
I just
one?
need a clean
Waiting
sheet.
for the notification.
Actually,
Yeah,
the clean
this-
sheet doesn't even matter.
That Stuker's guy's been on fire, huh?
Yeah, he's good.
He's been real good.
He's one that SoRare totally blew it revenue-wise because his wrapped card said he was a midfielder, and then when you opened it, it was a forward, and he's like
Oh, wow.
so much more valuable as a forward.
Yeah. Huh.
Oh, Verbruggen error led to goal.
Hate to see it.
RIP. I'm guessing there was no assist on something like that then. Bummer, dude. But whatever.
I would assume it's a rebound.
Yeah, made the save, but then like just pushed it right into Iwobi. Yeah. Little Donnarumma.
Yeah. Yeah, that is very Donnarumma.
And everyone's like, that's not really an error. And it's like, guys, it's an error every time.
Yeah.
Every time. All right. I got nothing else.
Yeah. I'm
I
toast.
got lineups to build, work to do. Yeah. Turkey away, not good enough for anti-sack Laird. So he was one of the classic cards that I wanted to play in season. I don't have a lot of champ players, so he went there. That's all. Yeah. All right. Thanks everyone for coming. If you could please like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Shout out to Quinny. I'll be back tomorrow. Yes, tomorrow, Friday. God knows what I'll talk about after everything we discussed today. Maybe maybe we'll go into punting tomorrow. We did field goals today, punting tomorrow. Maybe.
You think you could put one inside the 10-yard line?
If I started at the 12, maybe? No. We'll see.
Coffin corner.
What's that?
Coffin corner.
No. Yeah. Anyway, thanks everyone for coming. Don't forget to get those steps in.
Welcome to the SorareAndrews show, where we talk fantasy football, but you never know. We'll start with the game, but we'll soon go astray on topics, discussions, that's we play. We'll analyze the teams, the formation and goals, but in no time we'll digress into other roles, talking about our favorite foods and the shows we've seen, our opinions aloud, and our voices on me. It's the SorareAndrews show. Anything goes, from fan football to rock and roll. We may start with the pitch, but it's just a small part. We'll venture off topic, let the conversation spark. It's the SorareAndrews show.